time for checking in with Hubert Davis. Look, you've been checking on your Tar Heel fan friends every moment since Saturday night. It's only right that we check in with the head coach. CR Legal Team helps us do that. They have been providing whole person legal care since 1989. We are CR Legal Team, and we stand up for you. Coach, I did want to check in with you because, look, everybody's been going back and watching the end of that Duke game, and everyone's going crazy, except for one person who is Hubert Davis, who is like, I'm just going to take my glasses off. There's a lot of people around. There's some people out here I wasn't expecting to see on the court. I'm just going to go back in the locker room, and Jones and I see you in close proximity to the end of the game. And even at that point, you didn't seem overly excited or really anything. Do you ever get the opportunity to enjoy it?
I did. I was in the locker room dancing with the guys. And so I was enjoying it there. And I enjoyed it when the game was over. I was having fun. I just needed to get my glasses case because it was sitting right over there.
Yeah, somebody find them. That
was really important for me to get and to take my glasses off. And so I wanted to get that done before we celebrated. But I was really happy for the guys. And I did. I celebrated in the locker room. And when I went back home and relaxed, it was a long day, and even though I wasn't jumping around, there was so much excitement and happiness inside. And so, but, I'm not a game winner, Carolina Duke, but I mean, I've been in a lot and seen a lot of games like that. And so, I've been there before.
When you go back and watch it over and over again, what do you see other than what's like? I know you see what's happening on the court, but what else do you see?
I've only seen it once. When I went back home, I re-watched it because at the end of the game, it was just a blur to me with everything going on with the fans, the 0.4 seconds. It was wild. And so I just wanted to see Henry's shot and, the plays defensively that we made down the stretch to just to remember what happened. But other than that, then my mind was 100% focused on Miami. I was ready to go in preparation for them with the quick turnaround with us having to play them on Tuesday night.
Coach, I mean, just off the top of my head, Theo Pinson and Justin Jackson and Garrison Brooks and Ed Cota and all these different Antoine Jameson, all these great Tar Heels were there and celebrating and kind of in the moment. Theo was on the floor at one point and enjoying it. Just what is that, as somebody who has lived it and appreciates it and it's important to them, what does that mean to you that you had guys like that were there and have celebrated this and take ownership kind of in this great moment as well because they feel like, they've been a part of building this thing to get where you guys were on Saturday?
Yeah, it was interesting. That was actually what I spoke to the team about before we went out on the floor before the game. And I referenced Caleb's narration of the Instagram post where he talked about let your light shine. And I said, immediately when I heard that, it brought me to Matthew 5:16, where the Bible verse says, in all your ways, let your light shine before others. And I told him, I said, that's exactly what I want you guys to do. I said, I want you to do it this way. And I said, let your light shine, for the me. And I said, for you guys individually, I want your light to shine. I said, I want your light to shine for the we, for all of us, this group, this team, us 16 guys, our circle. And then I said, I want you to let your light shine for thee. And I said, the University of North Carolina men's basketball program. And I said, guys, that's what I've been trying to get you guys to understand is the motivation and the emotions of playing here. For us former players, it's drawing from 3 different sources. And that's what brings out the emotion. I said, guys, you have all the former coaches, players, managers, people that have worked in this program. They're out there with you. They're behind you. They are with you. And it seemed to resonate with the guys a little bit. And so, you talked about all the former players and coaches that came to the game, and for them to be able to me to talk to them, and then for them to be able to see it was a really special moment for all of us.
Heard Seth talk about the after the game.
That's where it comes from.
I bet he heard that from Hubert Davis.
That's where it came from. Yeah.
Because I'm not the head coach, I have time to do other things. So I watched that Netflix documentary on the 1980 hockey team the other day, The Miracle on Ice.
Yeah.
And so the players were talking about the Miracle on Ice was actually the semifinals when they beat the Soviet Union.
Yes.
And they said they came back in the next day and they were like, wow, we are the greatest thing in the world. I can't believe what we just did. We're all done. And then the coach came in and was like, well, he said some things that I think you might not say, but the point
They had to
is,
play Sweden, didn't they? Or
no, they are in Finland.
Finland, okay.
So he sort of snapped them back into reality.
Yeah.
How long do you give your team after a win like that before you snap them back? And do you need to snap them back?
I don't think I need to snap them back, but after the game, I told them this. And I say this after every game, like, you have to celebrate wins. Like, it is very hard and very difficult to win a game. And so that should be celebrated. And I told them, celebrate, have fun. I was like, this is a special moment. I even told them, go down to Frankel Street. This is something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. I said, just be careful. And I said, but when we come back to practice the next day, it is over. And everything is, our eyes and our minds and our focus is on our preparation for Miami. And they got me on that. They've listened to me all year. And yesterday's practice was really good. And it was nothing about Saturday. It was nothing about going back to the Duke game. It was everything about how can we prepare ourselves to play our best against Miami.
And that is the next stop for Carolina. It is Tuesday night, Carolina in Coral Gables, Florida, to take on the Hurricanes. That is a 7 o'clock start. We'll be on the air at 6 p.m. Just 8 games left, hard to believe, in the regular season for the Tar Heels. Coach, thank you for checking in. Great to see you as always, and look forward to seeing you down in South Beach on Tuesday.
All right, I'll see you on Tuesday.
That's Hubert Davis. It is Checking In with Hubert Davis, all brought to you by our friends at CR Legal Team.